Oh boy. I think I already lost the bet in terms of who's going to shed a tear. I shed a tear by the time he was ending with his speech. First of all, good evening. Good evening. And thank you for being here. Thank you for celebrating this journey which three of us went through over the last 5 years, and thank you for being a part of it. All of you who have been here today have played a very integral role in making us reach where we are. This speech is likely the first speech ever that I have written and I have rehearsed for. I typically look at the mood of the crowd and decide which way my speech will go. I've never prepped for a speech before, but today is a different day. Today is the day when I've lived my dream, and I am at a place because of several other people who have made their efforts to make me be at, and I have to thank every single one of them. I started my journey at White Oak Heights Medical Center in 2015. After several phone calls to our very dear Anna, I was able to get a sub-internship as a fourth-year medical student. This gave me a chance to experience the daily operation of a residency program and understand its culture. Disregarding the difficulties any city hospital would have, I think Wyckoff in particular is a gem. And as Jelani would always say, a diamond in rough. A rough diamond who is there which is getting shinier every single day. The opportunity, the exposure, the clinical volume, and above all, the dedicated faculty which we have here made this experience extremely valuable, which I would take with me forever. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Dominique, who was the program director at the time I applied to this program, it was a life-changing moment for me at that point, and an opportunity she gave me to pursue my dream. Had you not believed in me, I would not be standing here. She's not with us here today, but I have to thank her for that. Not only I started my professional journey in 2016, but I also moved in our first apartment with my wife after our wedding. So not only I was an intern at work, but I was also an intern at home. This speech won't be complete without thanking each and every person who made this journey so memorable. To start with, I have to thank the OR staff at White Oak Heights Medical Center, which starts from Matos to Debbie Allen, to Mindy, to Jessica, to Myra, to Andrea, to Teresa, to Mr. Ramdas, and every other staff member possible who made this journey so easy for us. Without them, without their support, I do remember Debbie Allen was the nurse tech when I was a sub-I. She taught me how to wear the gloves. And she had tears in her eyes when we were doing our last case together with Dr. Ahmed and myself. And she said, "I'll miss you." And that's the biggest reward you can get when a colleague of yours, when somebody who watches you grow, has a tear and is sad that you are leaving. I couldn't have asked for more. The next few people who I'll mention are some of the people who have become my family, and those have been my co-residents. I saw 4 classes ahead of me and 4 classes behind me come through this program. And each one of them have become a big support group, which we have all been together, and it's a family. It's a family I'll miss in Pittsburgh. Brian Temple was the guy who was assigned as the PGY2, a brother, a mentor to a PGY1 when I started, and he taught me a lot of things to get through this journey, and I have to thank you, Brian, for that. But the people I miss the most are the people who I lived behind at Wyckoff. You guys have been my family. regardless of, like any other family, we go through the good and the bad days. But stepping into 410 always brings a smile to my face. And it's because of you guys. Starting from the interns currently who have made our lives easy, that I could operate day and night with Jelani and Siegel in the operating room with all our attendings. You guys are the ones, including our PGY4s or 3s or 2s, that made this road easier for us. The chief residency is an extremely difficult 1 year, but without your support I couldn't have done it. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. When I look back, 2018 and 2019 were the critical years for the Department of Surgery and Wyckoff Heights Medical Center surgery residency. With the addition of Huntington Hospital to our surgical training under the leadership of Dr. Zingali, we found a world-class facility with some of the best physicians to train us away from our home. And then came the day which Dr. Ahmed just mentioned about, January 2019, the advent of a med era at the Wyckoff Heights Medical Center. I've never been in such an awe of a physician walking into the operating room like the man standing here himself. And I had my feet were shivering at that point, and they still do at times. Not only him, but along with him, he brought two gems in the form of Dr. DeBaz and Dr. Suman, and then in addition of Dr. Biggs, who changed our lives forever. Dr. Suman is not here today with us, but I'd like to remind him and I'd like to tell him that you are the reason the word nice will be embedded in my dictionary forever. A nice result, a nice case, and a nice attitude is what he recommended for throughout our training, and I have to thank him for that. More than an attendee, he gave me advice like an elder brother and taught me the tricks and trade of endocrine and bariatric surgery. Thank you for always being so approachable and always open to sharing ideas. I will continue to call you and discuss various treatment options in the future. Then comes the man here, standing himself, the HD, as we call him. Dr. DeBaz, a true gem. I have very few words to express my feelings towards you. What can I say? I hope I can operate for the rest of my life in a way that you feel like you're in Kolkata. There are so many deposits that I'll be reciting for the rest of my life. From our debates during the morning report to you treating and you training us in different techniques in the operating room. It has been a fantastic journey, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. You taught me how to be a brave and a fearless surgeon and accept any challenges which come your way. Above all, I'll miss making you laugh with my stupid and maybe inappropriate jokes at times. Dr. Badi, Dr. Malik, Dr. Akuma, Dr. Santini, Dr. Manwar, thank you for providing me the opportunity to learn several aspects of vascular surgery. The autonomy and the trust you provided us with enhanced our experience several folds. Even though I'm well known in the program that I haven't struck maybe as many vascular cases as the rest of the residents, but I did learn a tremendous amount from you. You taught me that the vascular world was better off with Michael than with Mehta. Dr. Biggs is not here today, but she taught us and exposed us to the world of trauma. Even though her favorite son will always be Dr. Jelani, but she provided me with the opportunity to operate as an associate surgeon in the OR and gave me that confidence which I'll take forward with me. Dr. Malik, I forgot to mention, but I will always miss operating in the operating room with Hindi songs in the background And it was truly, you're more than an attending at this point, you're a friend, and I truly appreciate that. Thank you. Dr. Yun, you exposed us to the world of thoracic surgery. Doing the rib platings, doing the VATS, and taking out a piece of lung, it looked as if it was a piece of cake. I hope one day I use your instruments in my operating room, and I can say I know Jaime Yun, and he's the guy who made this. Next comes up the colorectal crew from Huntington. Dr. Rivet, Dr. Shi, Dr. Adeboega, and Dr. Lee. I know Dr. River already left, but a big shout out to all of you for embracing us into your team and letting us be the part of your surgeries. Dr. River, you carry an aura and an infectious energy with you, which goes along with it wherever you go. Getting grilled and sweating in the operating room, standing up next to you, will always be with me. Getting a question wrong, which you asked me for, and then saying, oh boy, you're on your way to having a decade with Dave, will resonate in my ears forever. Dr. Shi and Dr. Adeboega have been two of the best attendings I've operated with during my experience. And the amount of autonomy and the amount of teaching in those few hours of surgery has been tremendous. I cannot thank them enough for their contribution. Dr. Bansal and Dr. Iqbal, Whitney, the GI department has been very special for us this year. You have been extremely supportive, and Dr. Bansal, you have been an elder brother. I'll miss a friend. I look forward to the Wednesdays and the Fridays so that you come, I can talk to you about various different things, from politics to when is the right time of having kids, and then going on for a happy hour after the day is over. You're the guy I'll definitely miss. The next three men, which I have to mention, not only played a significant role in my training, but also helped me channelize my career from this point on. Dr. Zingali, I have tremendous respect for you. You were the force who helped us, behind us, and made sure that we would get successfully trained at Huntington Hospital. Your dedication and commitment towards the residents have been unparalleled. Your surgical skill and acumen is extremely difficult to emulate, but I'll try my level best to do so. I thank you for all that you do for us, from extremely educational M&Ms, to journal clubs, and to our weekly Teams meetings. You don't have to do these things, but you do this because of your love towards us, and I thoroughly, thoroughly respect you from the bottom of my heart for that. I will genuinely miss being around you, and I will genuinely miss your wisdom. The next two people, the Berry brothers, Dr. Buchan and Dr. Godwin. My love for minimal invasive surgery was solidified when I saw you guys operate in the operating room. Dr. Buchan, I have incredible respect for you, for your skill, and what you have achieved in life. I wish to follow your footsteps, and I wish to be standing next to you at some point in life in the future. The fact that you have always been there for me in my good and my bad times is something I'll cherish forever. You have been the guy and the force who would call and pick up his phone and call anybody in the United States for me, and who would recommend me. And I cannot thank you enough for that. Thank you. With a very, very heavy heart, last but by no stretch of imagination the least, Dr. Mehta. He is the surgeon I'd like to be. A thorough gentleman. An extremely intense personality, as Jelani mentioned in the operating room. To the fact that I still remember the first day I was assigned a case 7:30 case with the leak Ahmed in OR5. I stepped through the back door, I entered and I sensed the intensity. I walked back. I told my chief resident at the time that I'm sick and I won't be able to do this. Can you please take the case over? I regret that I missed that one opportunity operating with him. But over time it made me realize that his passion for surgery and his love for his patients made him that intense in the OR, and he values every opportunity he gets to operate. I try to walk like him. I try to talk like him. And I also try to fold the sheets in the beginning of the case once the patient is intubated, just like him. And it gets to a point where when it's dinner time at home, I say, bring it. And I really don't know how to thank him. He's a visionary guy who stepped in 374 Stockholm Street and changed our lives forever. He definitely exposed us to the things we would have never been exposed at Wyckoff. And the way he developed the Department of Surgery has been incredible. I think the guys under me, you guys are lucky to have him, value him, and work for him with all your heart and passion, and you'll go, you'll achieve what you want. 1-800 Ahmed will be saved in my phone diary forever. And I thank you. I thank you for everything. My colleagues who are graduated with me today are my friends for life. Michael Siegel, I admire your sense of confidence, and I love the fact that you voice your opinion at every single, and you make sure you voice your opinion at every single place possible. I'm happy that you're pursuing a career in the field of your dreams, and I'm happy, and I'm sure you'll be a great vascular surgeon. I will definitely miss hearing your loud voice, and I hope people in Newark have started buying their earmuffs and are ready for it. Mohammed Jelani, what can I say, my man? If there was a movie I made for this past 5 years of my life, you'll likely be present in every single frame. As my wife always says, she's extremely jealous of Jelani because she feels I talk with him way more than I talk with her. You're indeed a brother from another mother. And I'm glad I found a friend like you during this journey. I'm sure our friendship will continue to grow and will cross our lives in the future. I wish you all the very best. And I'm sure Reading is extremely lucky to have a trauma surgeon like you coming their way. It is extremely unfortunate that my parents couldn't make here today because of the pandemic situation back home, but they would be extremely proud of me. They would be extremely proud that I'm here today amongst all of you delivering this speech. Seeing my parents operate in the operating room back home sowed the seed for the love of surgery in my heart, and I was fortunate to have an extremely supportive family here in the United States in the form of my uncle, my aunt, and my cousins who have been here witnessing me on this day. I couldn't have done this without their support, their advice, and their blessings throughout this journey. And then last but not the least, I know everybody's checking their phones. I know the dinner is warmed up and we are getting ready for it. But there's one more person who graduated with me during this residency, and that's my wife. She has been the rock behind me, who dealt with my highs and my lows, and has been with me throughout this journey on each and every step. The support she provided me is unprecedented. She's my best friend and my guide, who will always be there for me. Shelja, I couldn't have done this without you. I thank you for the unconditional love and the faith in me. I can't wait to see what the future has in store for us. Again, a big thank you to all of you for being here, and a big thank you. Thank you very much.